Hello, EDUC 815. This week we're going to talk about blogs and ePubs, and I'm going to have you actually download and listen to the podcast from Dr. Michael Lindstrom. He has a lot of good things to say. I want to add to what he mentions in his podcast by just showing you some resources. What I have up here is George Kurios' blog, The Principle of Change. When I think of an administrator who blogs well, this is the first name who comes to mind. You can see George's bio is over here and his most recent comment. His book is advertised. And if we scroll down, we can see his next post. And if you want to see comments, they're not directly below the entry. Rather, you have to click on the hyperlink to get to the comment, and here it is. I think that allows you to have a more clean page. There's also a place to subscribe, and then he's got his Twitter feed embedded. Next we have another blog from actually an alum of this program, Dr. Brad Gustafson. This is his blog, and he has his menu across the top. He appears to love visuals. He just came out with a new book, Reclaiming Our Calling. Hold on to the heart, mind, and hope of education. And if we scroll down here, here's a post. If I click on it, I get the full text of the post as well as comments. Blogs are ways that administrators can communicate effectively either with their staff or with the outside world. I think adjusting course and the principle of change go beyond the teachers just in these principals' school buildings. The other option that you're going to hear about today from Dr. Mike Lindstrom is this idea of how to create an ePub. And you get a choice this week whether you want to create a blog or an electronic publication. And I want to show you the nuts and bolts a little bit of creating an ePub. I've linked in Moodle to this blog post that I found, how to turn a Microsoft Word document into an ebook. And the author goes through some different options that you have here. One thing that you're going to hear Dr. Mike Lindstrom talk about is using Sigil. And to get to Sigil, I want to just show you, I Googled it. Here it is. Sigil Book is a multi-platform ebook editor. If I click on that, it takes me to their blog, but here is where the software is actually located, and you download it here. It mentions here in this blog, and I agree with it. As mentioned earlier, Sigil is a free open source editor for ePub books. Probably the most difficult part of using Sigil is identifying how to download and install it, since it's on GitHub and isn't exactly marketed for the average non-tech consumer. However, once you have the application installed, it's not difficult to work with if you know a little HTML. If you use WordPress, or even if you're comfortable with Microsoft Word's quirks, you can probably handle Sigil once your content is imported properly. It's very lightweight software, and they link to a user's guide. The other piece I'll show you, and this blog talks about it as well, is you can actually go into your Google Docs format, and then you just say File, Download As, and here's your ePub option, and then that will create an ebook for you. I found that the formatting can be a little wonky, so you might have to play with it a little bit. So again, today for this module, you have a choice whether you want to create a blog or an ePub. Please listen to Mike Lindstrom's podcast. Pick which one you want to do, and there is one question you're going to answer under the discussion forum. Have a great week.